Ever feel like you're just drowning in the chaos of modern life?
Oh, absolutely.
Like you're constantly trying to catch your breath in this whirlwind of information and to-dos and everything coming at you.
Yeah.
You're not alone if you feel that way. So many of us are craving a way to not just survive, but thrive in this crazy world.
Right.
And that's what makes today so exciting. We're taking a deep dive into this article.
Oh.
Transformando sua vida a pesar do caos, no brain, no gain.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
It is. By Marynês Pereira, who, get this, is a neuroscientist, a physicist, and an expert in positive psychology.
That's quite a combination.
It is, right. And she's developed this fascinating methodology that blends all these disciplines together to help you navigate the chaos and unlock a life of greater well-being.
I think what's so interesting about her approach is how she combines cutting-edge science with ancient wisdom to create this truly holistic framework for personal transformation.
I have to admit, seeing neuroscience, quantum physics, and the Akashic Records all mentioned together definitely piqued my interest. Yeah.
So I'm excited to unpack this whole no brain, no gain methodology and see if we can figure out not just how to understand the chaos, but how to use it to our advantage.
Yeah, because it's not about eliminating chaos, because that's impossible.
Right.
It's more about building the resilience, the mental and emotional resilience to, weather the storms and come out stronger.
So where do we even begin with all of this? Because there's a lot. Neuroscience, quantum physics, epigenetics, the Akashic Records.
Well, I think Pereira really lays out a solid foundation.
Okay.
She argues that if you can understand how your brain works, that's really the key to unlocking your potential.
Okay, so reprogramming the brain for success, kind of.
Exactly, yeah. She even uses that phrase, reprogramming.
That sounds pretty powerful, but how do we reprogram our brains?
It all boils down to neuroplasticity, which is the brain's ability to change and adapt throughout our lives. So every experience, every single thought, every action we take,
it all shapes our neural pathways. And so her methodology gives us some tools for rewiring those pathways to break free from those negative patterns and really cultivate positive ones.
So instead of feeling stuck with our old habits and those limiting beliefs, we can actually train our brains for greater success, happiness, and resilience.
Exactly. And it's not just about, thinking positive thoughts.
Right.
It's about consciously engaging in activities and practices that strengthen certain neural connections, like the ones associated with the qualities we want to develop. It's like taking control of our minds rather than letting our minds control us.
And that's where I think this methodology can be so impactful, right?
Yeah.
Because so many of us feel like we're at the mercy of our thoughts and emotions.
Yeah.
But she's showing us that we can kind of change the game a bit.
You have the power.
Yeah.
And that's really central to this whole no brain, no gain approach. It's about recognizing that you have the capacity to shape your reality, even amidst chaos.
It's not just about mindset, though, right? She also delves into quantum physics.
Oh, yeah.
Which, I'll be honest, can sound a bit intimidating.
A little bit.
But she emphasizes the importance of understanding this idea of the energy that connects us to everything and everyone.
So she's tapping into this idea that everything in the universe is interconnected.
Yeah.
On a fundamental level. And it can seem a little abstract, I know, but think of it like this. Our thoughts and our emotions and even our physical bodies are all forms of energy. And that energy is interacting with the energy around us all the time.
So our energy can actually influence the energy of others, the energy of the world around us.
That's the idea. And it has, huge implications for how we understand our power to create change. But it's not about magical thinking or anything like that.
Right.
It's about aligning your energy with your intentions and then taking action to, manifest your goals.
Okay, so we're not just passive observers in our lives. We're active participants, shaping our reality through our energy and actions.
Exactly. And you know what? This whole principle of energetic interconnectedness ties into the next discipline she explores, epigenetics.
Right, where she's saying we can influence our genes.
Yeah.
Which sounds so empowering.
It is. For so long, we thought our genes determined our destiny. But epigenetics is changing that.
Yeah.
It's showing us that our lifestyle choices, our environment, even our thoughts and beliefs can influence how our genes express themselves.
So we're not just stuck with the genetic hand we're dealt.
Yep.
We can actually influence how our genes function.
You got it. Think of your genes like a blueprint.
Okay.
And epigenetics is the contractor.
Okay.
So the blueprint provides that basic structure. But the contractor ultimately decides how that structure is built, how it functions.
And we are the contractor.
You are the contractor.
I love that analogy. It highlights how much control we have over our own health and well-being.
Yeah, and it can be so liberating for people who, feel limited by their genetics.
Yeah.
It's about understanding you have more power than you realize.
So we've got the neuroscience, the quantum physics, epigenetics, and then she takes us into this realm that some might consider a bit more mystical, the Akashic Records.
Yes.
Which she describes as a way to access ancestral wisdom to guide our journey.
It's fascinating. Think of it like this universal library.
Okay.
That contains the knowledge and experiences of every soul that has ever existed.
Wow.
And she believes that if we can tap into this, vast archive of wisdom, we can find guidance for our own lives.
So it's like we're accessing this cosmic library of knowledge and wisdom to help us navigate all the challenges of our present moment.
Exactly. And this idea of connecting to a deeper source of knowledge really resonates with people who are, seeking a greater sense of purpose in their lives.
Yeah, it's like tapping into the collective wisdom of humanity.
It is. And, the Akashic Records might seem far out to some, but the idea of accessing ancestral wisdom, that's something that's been in cultures forever.
That's true. And even if you don't fully subscribe to the idea of the Akashic Records, I think there's something to be said for recognizing the wisdom passed down through generations and how that can inform our journeys today.
Absolutely. And that's what makes her approach so compelling. She's weaving together all these different threads of knowledge and experience to create this holistic tapestry of personal transformation.
Okay, so we've got neuroscience, we've got quantum physics, epigenetics, and the Akashic Records. What a foundation.
It's a lot, right?
It is a lot. But it sounds like we've only just scratched the surface of no brain, no gain. So what else does she bring into this approach?
Well, it wouldn't be truly holistic, right, if it didn't address the emotional and psychological dimensions of well-being. So she integrates things like emotional intelligence, positive psychology, psychosomatics, bioenergetics, even conscious physical activity.
Wow. Okay, so a brief overview. How do these all contribute?
Okay, so emotional intelligence, this is about understanding and managing our emotions effectively so that we can, respond to challenges with more awareness and skill.
Which so many of us struggle with.
Yeah, especially in the midst of chaos.
Yes.
But it's crucial. And it's also closely tied to positive psychology, which is about cultivating happiness, well-being, and resilience. It's about shifting our focus from what's wrong to what's right, from what we lack to what we have, from negativity to possibility.
I love that. And what about psychosomatics? I've heard the term. I'm not really sure what it means.
It explores that mind-body connection.
Okay.
It's recognizing that our thoughts and emotions and our beliefs can impact our physical health and vice versa.
So our mental and emotional state can manifest as physical symptoms.
Exactly. And taking care of our physical health can impact our mental and emotional well-being.
It's like healthy mind, healthy body, two sides of the same coin.
You got it. And that ties into bioenergetics, which is about harmonizing those vital energies, recognizing we're not just physical beings, but also energetic beings. And our energy flows through us in very complex ways.
So it's about ensuring that our energy is flowing freely and vibrantly.
Exactly.
Which supports our overall health and well-being.
Yes. And lastly, there's conscious physical activity, which emphasizes the importance of movement and exercise, not just for physical health, but for our mental and emotional well-being.
She really highlights the importance of physical activity. She says it's the key to unlocking a happy and balanced mind. Why does she emphasize this so much?
Well, there's this profound mind-body connection, and we're just starting to fully understand it.
Right.
But when we engage in physical activity, our brains release endorphins, which of course have mood-boosting effects. Exercise can also reduce stress, improve sleep, increase energy levels.
Right.
All of these contribute to a more balanced and resilient mindset.
So it's not about hitting the gym to get six-pack abs.
No.
It's about nurturing our mental and emotional well-being through movement.
Precisely. It's about finding activities that we actually enjoy and that make us feel good, whether it's dancing, hiking, swimming, or taking a brisk walk in nature. The key is to find something that gets you moving and that you can do consistently.
That makes a lot of sense. It's about finding ways to move our bodies that feel joyful and sustainable rather than forcing ourselves into some rigid routine that we dread.
Exactly, yeah. Create a positive relationship with movement that supports both your physical and mental well-being.
It sounds like she's encouraging us to take a very holistic approach to well-being, addressing every aspect of ourselves, the mental, the physical, the emotional, and the spiritual.
Yeah, that's the beauty of in no brain, no gain. It recognizes that we're complex beings. And to truly thrive, we need to nurture every aspect of ourselves.
Yeah, but not about achieving some perfect balance all the time. Because life is messy, chaos is inevitable.
Of course. It's more about developing the tools and the resilience to navigate that chaos.
Yeah.
And use it to grow and transform.
So instead of being afraid of the chaos, we can learn to embrace it as part of the journey.
That's the key. It's about shifting our perspective.
Yeah.
And recognizing that chaos can actually be a powerful force for change and evolution.
This has been so insightful.
Yeah.
We've really explored these foundations of no brain, no gain, from the science of neuroplasticity to the wisdom of the Akashic Records.
And everything in between.
And everything in between. We've talked about how important it is to nurture our emotional and physical well-being.
Yeah.
And it seems like she's created a really comprehensive and empowering methodology that could transform lives.
It really could.
But I have a feeling we're just getting started. There's so much more to explore in the no brain, no gain methodology.
Absolutely.
So much more to unpack.
Yeah. Oh, there's definitely more.
So much more to unpack. We've laid a good foundation. But I think the real power of no brain, no gain is how it equips you to deal with, well, life's inevitable challenges.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what I'm most curious about, right? We've all got that inner critic. Those negative thoughts and beliefs that just hold us back. How does this methodology address that?
Well, she introduces this concept called, and I'm going to try my best with the Portuguese here, resignificação.
Okay.
She says, por meio da metodologia no brain, no gain, você pode resignificar crenças, traumas e medos, reequilibrar suas frequências e conectar-se com sua verdadeira força e potencial, afastando-se da vitimismo e mergulhando no mundo de possibilidades.
Okay. Break that down for us. What does she mean by resignificar or resignification?
It's recognizing that our experiences, especially those difficult ones, don't have inherent meaning.
Yeah.
We're the ones who assign meaning to them.
Right.
So resignification is about actively choosing to reinterpret those experiences, see them from a new perspective, find the lessons hidden within them, the growth opportunities.
So it's not about denying or suppressing those negative experiences, but transforming how we view them.
Exactly. It's about shifting from why me to what can I learn from this. It's about reclaiming your power, not letting those experiences define you.
I can see how that would be incredibly empowering, especially for people who've been through trauma or adversity, like taking back control of your narrative.
Yeah, absolutely. And, she emphasizes this is a process, not a quick fix. It takes time. It takes effort.
Right.
To shift those really deeply ingrained patterns of thought and belief.
It sounds like this is where the importance of physical activity comes in again.
Absolutely.
She talks about how that physical strength can translate to mental resilience.
There's such a beautiful synergy between the two.
Yeah.
When you push yourself physically, you build that self-efficacy, the belief in your ability to overcome challenges.
Right.
And then that translates to greater resilience when you're facing mental and emotional obstacles.
So you're training your mind to be as strong as your body. You learn to push through discomfort, persevere, and come out stronger.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that resilience is so essential for navigating all the ups and downs of life. It's what allows you to bounce back from setbacks, learn from those mistakes, and just keep moving forward.
So no brain, no gain is not about becoming superhuman,
No.
never experiencing pain or adversity.
It's about having the tools.
It's about equipping yourself with the tools, the mental and emotional and even physical tools to navigate those challenges.
Right. And to emerge, stronger and wiser.
She also talks about connecting with your purpose.
Yeah.
How does that fit into all of this?
She believes that when you're aligned with your purpose, you tap into this source of energy, this motivation that just fuels your journey. And it gives you direction, a reason to keep going even when things get tough.
How do you figure out your purpose?
Yeah, that's a big question.
That's a big question for a lot of people.
It is, but she suggests, explore your passions, your values, the things that bring you joy. She encourages you to ask yourself, what kind of impact do I want to make on the world? And what legacy do I want to leave behind?
Those are big questions. And it sounds like the process of discovering your purpose is just as important as the purpose itself. It's about that self-reflection, exploration, being open to possibilities.
It's an ongoing journey. It's not a destination.
Right.
And, as you grow and evolve, your sense of purpose might change too.
Yeah.
It might expand.
So it's about staying curious, staying open, and continuing to ask those big questions about what matters to you.
Exactly. And she believes that when you are aligned with your purpose, you become a magnet for the people, the resources, the opportunities that are going to support you on your path.
Like the universe conspires to help you achieve your goals when you're clear on what you want and why you want it.
That's the power of intention and alignment. And it's something we can all cultivate through conscious effort and practice.
This deep dive is really making me rethink my approach to well-being. It's not just about, eating healthy and exercising. It's about cultivating that resilient mindset, connecting with my purpose, harnessing my energy to create the life I want.
That's the beauty of her work. It's a framework that empowers you to take control of your own well-being on every level, mind, body, and spirit.
And she doesn't sugarcoat it.
No.
She acknowledges life is messy, it's chaotic, but she's showing us that we have the power to navigate that chaos and emerge, more fulfilled on the other side.
It's a message of hope and empowerment that we can all benefit from.
We've explored the key principles of no brain, no gain, from resignifying our experiences to connecting with our purpose. We've seen how it integrates all these different disciplines, from neuroscience to quantum physics to the Akashic Records.
It's really a holistic approach to well-being that, have the potential to change lives.
And I think the real beauty is that it's not about achieving some unattainable ideal of perfection.
No.
It's about embracing the journey, the ups, the downs, and using every experience as an opportunity for growth.
Yeah, it's a powerful message.
It is. And I'm curious, what resonated most with you? What takeaway are you going to apply to your own life? We'll be back after a quick moment to wrap up this deep dive into no brain, no gain. And we are back, ready to wrap up our deep dive into Marynês Pereira's no brain, no gain methodology.
It's been a journey, right?
It has. We really went deep on this one.
We did.
Exploring all these different facets of this approach. What stands out to you as the most empowering aspect of all of this?
I think it's that emphasis on personal responsibility. Like no brain, no gain. It doesn't give you quick fixes or, those magic solutions.
Right.
It's about you becoming the architect of your own life.
Yeah.
It's that recognition that you have the power to choose your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, and ultimately your destiny.
It's shifting from a victim mentality to a creator mentality.
Exactly. Yeah. And that shift can be so liberating.
Yeah.
It lets you move through the world with more purpose, more agency. You're not at the mercy of your circumstances anymore. You're actively shaping them.
And that ties back to the resignification.
Yeah.
Right? Where even when we're faced with those tough experiences, we can choose how we interpret them, how we let them shape us.
That's all about resilience.
Yeah.
Not about avoiding the hard stuff. It's about finding those lessons, the growth opportunities.
Yeah.
And the strength that can come from those experiences.
It's turning those challenges into fuel for transformation.
Yeah, I like that. She reminds us, this is a journey.
Yeah.
There's no finish line.
Right.
When it comes to personal growth, right?
Right.
It's always evolving, always becoming.
So no brain, no gain. It's not about achieving some perfect state.
Nope.
It's about embracing the messiness.
Absolutely.
Using every experience, good or bad, as a chance to grow and learn.
That's the essence of it. It's that growth mindset. Being willing to get uncomfortable.
Right.
And just committing to showing up for yourself.
Even when it's hard.
Especially when it's hard.
Yeah, it's recognizing that you have the power to create that life of meaning, of purpose, even amidst all the crazy chaos.
And that's something we can all benefit from hearing, I think.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you, the listener, with a bit of a challenge. What's one small step you can take today to put no brain, no gain into practice? Is it committing to a daily walk, starting a gratitude journal, maybe just choosing to reframe a negative thought? Whatever it is, take that step.
Even the smallest actions can create a huge ripple effect.
Exactly, leading to some really profound transformation.
Yeah, you have the power to change your life. It starts with a single thought, a single choice, a single action.
Big thank you to Marynês Pereira for sharing all this wisdom.
Absolutely.
And thank you, the listener, for joining us for this deep dive into no brain, no gain.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you found it insightful.
Inspiring.
And until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.